Alright, we have an update. I have an update on the Blaster two-wheel, big wheel Blaster. And I managed to get the swing arm taken off, which is not really a big deal. Just showing you this thing hanging from my hoist that I bought. So I got it pretty much tore apart down to the bare frame, and the engine's still on. So, and I did have this. What I wanted to say is I had, oops, amazing things fall. There was a part that I bought from Harbor Freight. Is one of those hitch racks or something they call it, and it's made out of this steel here. I'm not really sure what thickness is. Maybe 1/8" steel, maybe. Pretty heavy. So what I did is I got I cut off the swing arm here to where it bends here. Oops, it's so close. And I took that steel tubing like this. Get it in there. So I got it cut a certain way so that the tire will fit between the forks, I guess you call it a fork, swing arm. So what it is, it's just basically this. That's really close, isn't it? Usually I have these things on my head when I'm doing this. So basically, I cut out the pattern like this, and this is 20 inches long, and I needed at least from here, give me a pointer, from here to the wheel, or I needed a foot, like I need about a foot. Or 10 inches, 11 inches. Because the tire is 21 inches, I believe. It's two front tires off the Blaster, so I'm using both front tires for the front and back tire. And but I needed it at least a foot. But this thing turned out to be about 20 inches long. So when I got a foot out here, this measurements. This thing shows it really close. It's a different camera. It's not my GoPro clone. So basically, I am going to just take away the light here. Basically, I'm going to box this in with this type of steel. This is like 2 inches, 1/8, I think, 1/8 inch. So basically I'm gonna and box it in with this steel here. The lighting kind of sucks out here, doesn't it? So I'll get it better. So I'll have to weld it along in the curve here, and then come up around here and box this off. Maybe even angle it. I'm not really sure. That's kind of where I'm at now. So recently, a few days ago, picked up a pit bike. Well, it was just a frame basically, and got this engine from a guy named Tim in Tyler, Texas here, and he's got this. Spin this around. I made this platform to stand, and he has this inter-rotor thing on here, and I checked everything, checked the wires, everything, and I'm not getting any spark from this. So I'm basically I'm getting a new coil. This part came off the blaster, but I'm getting a new coil, and I need a new spark plug too. I think the spark plug's a champion piece of crap. But I checked when I crank it over with the foot crank, that I'm getting 12 volts or whatever. I don't know if I think it's DC coming out of that thing. There's only 2 wires, and usually something that's 2 wires is DC. 3 wires is AC. So it's running down into this CDI, right? And then the CDI goes into these 2 wires. It goes through the coil over here. I had taken the coil off. Let's put it somewhere. Well, the coil was black, and the orange down at where you hook it up in the back. The bottom part was all just corroded, or it was black, like it got burned up or something. I wasn't getting any spark coming out. All the wires had continuity. Wasn't getting any spark coming to the plug. So I ordered a new coil wire, and I might have to get a spark plug if I have to order that. But I think you can go down to the parts store and buy one. You can still buy them. And but I made this. I cut the part of the frame off where the motor mount is on this thing. I'm not using the frame, but I use this motor mount to put this on this pole I had. Those are the 2 tires holding the base down. But this works pretty good for to work on this thing. That way I don't have to bend over. I can just sit here and work on it, and I can rotate it, get it out of the way here. And then the forks have now these forks they're all right, and these are the forks. They had you see this part here, you can see it. Alright, starting over. The frame of the 125 dirt bike, pit bike. Well, the handlebar, I'm going to put a pipe up this way, and then the handlebar, the top part of the frame is going to go up here, and then you'll have the fork tube and the forks come down here. You know, so it's kind of like it's going to be a kind of a Frankenstein bike, I guess, from two different one motorcycle to from a four-wheeler quad 1990 Yamaha Blaster, which is the engine is basically going to be the heart, and that, and parts of the other machine are going into the build. So it's a matter of fabricating and, you know, making parts fit on machines that don't go with it. So it's going to be like a Frankenstein thing. So other than that, this says it's called a Sikk MX, but it says on the engine 120 centimeters. So I don't know if that's what that, if it's, they even made an engine that size. I mean, it probably is listed as a 125 cc. Once I get the spark and this thing actually running, I'm going to maybe stick this on my Honda 70 Trail 70 bike and see if it'll pull my fat ass around. You know, I'm over 220 pounds, so I mean the Honda 70 does pull me around. I can go about, you know, 30, 35. I think 35 is the highest I got without, you know, just in the neighborhood here. You know, I don't want to go too fast. But I'm sure this thing will pull me a little bit better around. Yeah, we'll find out when the part comes in. I hope I don't have to buy a whole new rotor and stator and that to get this thing running. The only problem is with the Honda Trail 70 that is a 6-volt system, and these are 12 volts. So I'm probably going to have to get well, I don't know I don't think this will actually generate electricity. All it's designed to do is have a bike with no lights or anything. So, but I could possibly just use the lights that are on there, but there won't be a way to charge the battery in there. It's a 6-volt battery. So if I use the lights, I'd have to literally charge the battery every time, which would be kind of a pain in the ass. It's kind of like the Coleman. You can run the lights on it, but it's running off a 12-volt sealed lead-acid battery. And I'm going to get a way to charge it. I just haven't worked on it. I've been kind of doing other things, but this is where I'm at. But yeah, this is what I'm doing right now. I'm going to get out the grinder and the flap disc and sand this thing down. I mean, it's not perfect, and get it ready to weld this onto the swing arm there, and then I'll get it ready to. I'll get some new steel from my favorite store, Tractor Supply. They sell that steel there in the welding supply area. I have a personal account there. So I just need to get 2 more bars of this stuff, or maybe just 1 more bar. I don't know, because it's already got holes in it from the other part, but probably ain't gonna matter much. But, then I'll have to, once I enclose all this in and that, and then I'll be able to figure out where the tire is going to go in here, the rear tire, and I'll get it ready for. Then I have to build the hub for the rear tire to put the sprocket on, because the sprocket is sprocket's going to have to go in here, and it's going to have to go above the tires, you know, like maybe a finger width, you know. So the sprocket's going to be like right here, you know. And I'm going to see if I can use the drum brakes on the rear too. I don't know, I might not be able to, but I'm going to have to custom make a hub to go in here to bolt up with these bolt patterns. To be steel tube, comes up to here with a plate that attaches to the, or might be able to, you know, I'm not going to dig it out, but that's where I'm at. You have to build the rear hub for the sprocket for the rear tire. So, well, anyways, that's kind of where I'm at. Just a little bit of an update. Alright, like, share, and subscribe.